Okay. I guess my screen is visible to all, right? Anyone can confirm?
No, it's not visible, I think.
We can't see it, Vandana.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Good afternoon, all. Um, you can already see here, like this is our 50th Goa MuleSoft meetup. I would like to welcome everyone for this precious day. So reaching this incredible milestone is not easy. It's a huge achievement for all of us, and it made this possible by our amazing community fellows. And I would like to thank especially for Sabrina, Isabella, Sydney, all of us, and our Goa meetup leaders and speakers, and of course the all audience. Without you guys, we can't achieve this. And to kick off this session, so we have our special speaker for this 50th Goa MuleSoft meetup. That is, we already know Jitendra Bafna. So let's get started. And before that, I would like to uh, read few safe harbor statement. So both the speakers and the host are organizing this meetup in an individual capacity only. So we are not representing any of our companies here, and this presentation is strictly for learning purpose only. Organizer or presenter do not hold any.
Vandana, the screen is not visible. Can you check
Oh,
once again?
what?
Screen is not visible.
Oh, let me reshare again.
Yeah.
It's visible, no, Gaurav?
No, still not visible. Like it's like we are able to see only black screen. No, no content.
Now.
No, like are you
No,
using
Vandana, actually it
multiple
is
monitors?
visible as a blank, actually.
Jitendra, can you please share otherwise, or I can.
Yeah, that's fine. Like you read it, the safe harbor statement. That's fine, right? So I can share my screen later. So I think it should be okay, right? So I will just anyway. I will going to share my screen where it will be everything will be visible. I think.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Okay. Just let me know once when I want to share my screen. Okay. You can see my screen.
Yeah, yeah, we are able to see.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Just give me a second. Okay. So let me share my screen. So first of all, like congratulations to Goa MuleSoft Meetup team for conducting the 50 MuleSoft Meetup. It was a really great achievement. Thanks for that. Yeah, and congratulations. So let me start. Can you see my screen first? Right.
Yeah, yeah, we are able to see.
Yes, yeah.
I will read out the safe harbor statement. The speaker and host are organizing this meetup in the individual capacity. We are not representing any organization here. The presentation is like strictly for learning purpose, and organizer and the presenter do not hold any responsibility or whether the same solution will work for your business requirement. The presentation is completely for is not meant for any promotional activity. Like it is just for the learning purpose. So I'm going to talk about a MuleSoft intelligent document processing. So this is like this particular feature, or it's a part of any point platform which is used to extract the information from PDF document or image documents, right? So as you know, before the MuleSoft IDP or before the intelligent document processing, we are using the technology called OCR, optical character recognition. So this technology basically extract the information or extract the data or extract the unstructured data from the PDF document, right? So or the images. So we're going to talk about that, and we will just see what is the MuleSoft IDP, what are the benefits, what are the different use cases, how to create a document actions. We will going to see a few demos, and those demos are very interesting. We will going to see like how we can extract the information from the document using using natural language processing, and how we can use the Einstein AI to extract the information from the document, like what kind of prompts we can give, how to write a prompts and those kind of information. We will talk about what are the quotas and the limits of the IDP. Then we will talk about the data retention policy. So this is like a high level agenda for today's session. So let's start with optical character recognition. As I mentioned, OCR is a technology which is used to extract the information from the PDF document or images, basically, right? So generally, what happen? We have images, we have a PDF, right? So we just scan whatever scanned document, or we can have a scanned image file. We just pass it to the OCR, and OCR generates some kind of text document for you. Basically, it extracts some kind of information, right? But there's a problem with OCR, right? So here, if you see, this is my invoice, right? Invoice documentation, which is in the PDF form. I apply OCR to this, and it extracts the information in this particular format, right? So basically, it's very it is able to extract the information, but the problem here is like it again providing the information in the unstructured format, right? So for that, you may have to write you may have to build some kind of libraries that can read the data from here, right? So you have a OCR can read the data from PDF, right, and extract the information in the text format. But here the problem is the unstructured data, right? But okay, so let's see what is the native or conventional technology falls short. So you see, structured data dependency. So if you want to convert the data into some kind of structured format or anything, right, we may have to write some custom codes or maybe custom library or custom parsers. Then flexibility constraint. But so basically, with IDP or with the current era of AI, right, we can just say what kind of data structure you want, right? You can define that. But here we don't have that flexibility, right? It simply extract the data in the form of text, right? Accuracy concerns, right? So as you know, like if even you are writing the parsers, right, no, which you can apply on the uh, extracted information, but still there's a chance like you end up in getting some kind of error data, right? Then lack of data validation, again, like OCR doesn't do any kind of data validations, basically, where you may have to write again custom kind of capabilities so you can do kind of data validation. It's not integration with downstream system. Like again, we cannot integrate it with the downstream system directly, or it doesn't provide any kind of APIs capabilities. So somebody want to extract the information from the document, they can simply call the API and just pass the PDF to that particular API and extract the information, right? So that kind of capability is not available, and those AI innovation challenge. But right now, the whatever OCR technology is there, right, so they are not using any kind of AI capabilities, right? So with MuleSoft IDP, it use OCR plus AI, right, artificial intelligence, to extract the information, right? So you have unstructured data, right? So with AI plus OCR, you can convert it those into the structured data. We will going to see in next slide, I think. Okay. So basically, what happened, here, if you see, we apply the OCR, right? We got an unstructured format. But in case instead of OCR, you apply the IDP, right? So IDP is nothing. It uses the OCR plus artificial intelligence to extract the information in the proper JSON format, whatever format you define. It can extract the information. Okay, so these are some challenges which has been overcome by intelligent document processing. So what is the IDP? As I mentioned, like IDP is a product from the MuleSoft, right? It's a MuleSoft IDP. It's a part of your Anypoint platform, which can be used to extract the information from the PDF document or the images. Currently supported images are TIFF, JPEG, and the PNG. It also can extract the information from the document, which is available in the multiple languages, right? what is the benefit of using the IDP, right? So basically with IDP, like you can reduce the manual work. So somebody want to do the data entry, right? Somebody receive, some person received the PDF or invoice PDF, and you want to extract the data from that invoice and put it into some Salesforce invoice object, right? So you have to do that kind of, some kind of manual entry, right? Either he may read the information from that PDF file, and he can just enter into the Salesforce or invoice object, right? With the use, with the IDP and MuleSoft, right, you can do that process completely automated, right? Apart from that, with MuleSoft IDP, you don't have to worry about the underlying infrastructure, or you don't have to set up any kind of infrastructure or hardware to run the IDP. It is a completely in the anypoint platform. All the infrastructure, everything has been taken care by the MuleSoft. You don't have to worry about the scalability, high availability. In simple term, you don't have to worry about the non-functional requirement. So these are the life cycle where it first take the document. So first we have to, give the document basically. So it can be PDF, it can be images, right? So once you provide the document to the IDP, it will going to extract the information, right? So it will use the some whatever prompt you have given, right? So depending on that, it will going to extract the information. Then it will it will transform that information into JSON format. And then finally you can use MuleSoft or any other platform to integrate with the Salesforce. So basically, so you can expose one API. That API will receive the document, right? That API will call IDP API and send that document, and IDP will extract the information, and it will going to send those information back, and then we can send that information to the Salesforce object or any other system, right? So you extract the information using IDP, and you can just integrate it with any other systems. Okay, so I will ask any question here. No question, I will move ahead.
Yeah, no question.
Okay, I think I have already discussed about this. So, intelligent document uses optical character recognition and artificial intelligence. So, for artificial intelligence, it uses natural language processing, and it uses op- some kind of like Einstein AI model, which include OpenAI 0806 model, Gemini Flash 2.0 model, and there's a one more like I think it's OpenAI something called 2.0. We'll see that. Okay, and with IDP you can analyze the document. In case if you want to analyze any kind of information, right, you can do that. You can extract the data in the structure format. You can classify the data. You can query the data using NLP, right? So you can ask what is the validity. I have a driving license, so I can ask like what is the validity of this particular driving license basically, or how many days remaining for my driving license to get expired. Those kind of questions you can ask, right? You provide that document, you can ask, you can use the prompt to ask the question to extract the right information from the document, right? So I will give one of the example so one of the example for the insurance processing, right? So when you do the insurance processing, right, or sorry, loan processing, right? So whenever you do for going for the loan processing, you have to upload a lot of documentation. You may have to upload your income tax card or PAN card, or maybe Aadhaar card, or many other document, right, to ensure that our loan get approved, quickly. But the problem here is that the document has to go through the various validations, right? So like, because when you upload the document, right, those documents must have some kind of self signature, or those documents must be authenticate, right? So those kind of information. So what will happen in case of manual, right? You upload the document, you start your loan processing. The person sitting on the other side, right, he will just go and check all the documents manually, right? So he will just start checking all the document manually. So it may increase your loan processing time, right? It will overall increase your loan processing time. Now for example, you upload the document, the person sitting on the third side, all right, he just validated the document, and one of the document doesn't have a signature, and he will going to send back that to the client saying that this particular document doesn't have a signature, you need to re-upload. Correct? This is a tedious process. It may end up in taking 2 3 days. Maybe it can happen in one day also, but it may end up in taking 2 3 or 4 days, maybe 1 week. But with the use of IDP, so what you can do, so whenever customer upload the document, so you can call the IDP, you can validate whether all document have a signature or not, right? So IDP will respond with say this document have signature true, this document have a signature true, right? In case one of the document have don't have a signature and it comes as a false, at a synchronously response back to the client, right, saying that this particular document have a, not have a signature or missing some kind of information, right? So those kind of things can be handled synchronously, where the client doesn't have to wait for the response from the person sitting on the other side. You can leverage IDP to validate your document, right, to ensure that the document have valid signatures, valid information that you needed. So that is one of the use case where you can use the IDP also for kind of for doing some kind of validations of the document. This will reduce overall your overall loan processing time, right? So your loan can process fast. So sometime document validation is can take 1 to 7 days. Here it can happen in like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, or maybe in minutes, right? Right. So it's less than 1 hour, I will say. So it is happening bit faster here. Yeah. So that is what I want to show you with OCR. You have seen it generate the unstructured output. Here you can see it generating the proper structure output, right? So you have this invoice. You can use the IDP and you can transform into JSON. Okay. Any question? Any question on this before I move ahead?
Does it support any other formats apart from JSON?
So right now
Like
PDF and this see right now see what will happen. Even you want a XML, right? So in prompt you can say I want XML, but this output will be XML, but under value, right, it can come as
yeah.
a sorry, this output will be the JSON. Under value you can get the XML basically, right? So you can,
Okay.
so instead here you have a separate field. I will going to show that. Okay.
Sure.
So, yeah, I
Thank
will
you.
go show in demonstration. But this output will be the JSON. But in case like if you want to bring, like if you want to extract 10 15 fields in the XML format, so under value you can get that in the XML format. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like it's a, I already discussed about what are the benefits. So it definitely it reduce the repetitive tasks. So which means like it will definitely maximize the efficiency and minimize the cost and even reduce the human errors. Basically, I'm not saying like every time like you just passing the document you will get the 100%. There might be some of the document like may not have a information properly appear in the document, right? So there might be chances that it may extract that information wrongly, but it doesn't happen. But just saying like then apart from that you can do the orchestration. You can integrate with MuleSoft RPA, any external services. So or with your web application, because whatever like document action we're going to create, it will going to expose the APIs for that, and we can see those APIs detail into the anypoint exchange. Accelerate time to market, right? So as you see like you can basically bring your solution quickly into market. I talk about the one of the like loan processing solution, one of the use case, right? So which is much faster, right? So you can bring that into the market very quickly. Like no, it's you can creating the document action in the IDP is it's very straightforward, right? It's very simple. Like we're going to see it. You can create quickly without writing a single line of code. Basically, you don't have to write any code for that. Okay, so what kind of different use cases? So we have a industry use cases. As I mentioned in the financial, we have a loan document processing, custom forms. If you have any ID document, or if you want to extract the information from bank statement, or any contract, or any tax forms or tax documents, right? You can do that. In case of healthcare, like you can use medical form, any payment process, any prior authorization processes, right? Even in healthcare, it is very useful. So you can validate or you can extract all the information from the document online basically, right? So you can just avoid the manual extracting the information manually. It can be used in the various insurance sectors, education sectors and the government sector. For horizontal use cases, like we have a invoice processing, purchase order, like contract life cycle management, like legal document. Even I talk about the you can use this for the validation purpose, like signature verification, business rule validation, those kind of information, right? So you can use IDP for, yeah, it can go much beyond whatever use cases you can see on the screen, right? Okay, right now it have a more language support now, so it have a more, then now it added some more languages supported, right? English is there, German, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese. We have some more recently. Then it support this kind of document, JPEG, PNG, PDF, TIFF, right? I already talk about document type supported. So right now by default you have a schema already available for two document, which is invoice and the purchase order. So we have a predefined template. If you have a invoices, you can use the predefined template to extract the information from that invoice, right? Then in case if you have some document other than invoice and purchase order, you can generate your own schema, or you can generate your own document action with the what are the fields you need to extract. You can generate your own schema for that. Okay. Okay, so I will going to show the first thing, like you can log in into your Anypoint platform. I don't think it will be available with a free version, right? So let me close this. So so first thing, like you go to Anypoint platform, and here you can see the intelligent document processing, right? So here you can see document action, review task, right? So all these things. So I will just not going to create a new for now. I will just show there are few things to use the Einstein AI, right? So there are two things I talk about. We can use NLP. So by default, whenever you buy the subscription for the IDP, right, it is enabled with NLP, right? So with NLP, like you cannot give a very complex prompt, or like you can just give a simple prompt, like for example, what is the driving license number, right? So for if you want to extract the information from your driving license, so I can say what is the driving license number, what is the driving license issue date, what is the driving license expiry date. So those kind of small prompt you can give with the NLP, right? Sometimes it like to extract the information from the complex document, it become bit tougher choice to extract the information using the NLP basically. So basically you may have a document that can have a unstructured data. So basically you have some data in some format, like a comma separated data in the PDF, right? And you want to extract the information from particular positions on all these things, right? So for that you need to explain your LLM, like how you can extract that information in the English language, or what English language, right? So you have to do that in the or natural language basically, right? For that you need a Einstein AI. These are the some complex prompt, right? Or if you have a bigger prompts, right? And if you have a bigger document, I suggest to go with the Einstein AI, right? So you need to have a additional subscription for using the Einstein AI. So Einstein AI is part of the Salesforce, right? So once you want to use the Einstein AI in your Anypoint platform, you have to connect your Salesforce organization with the MuleSoft organization. So for that, what we do, uh, the first thing you have to just go to access management in your Anypoint platform. I already have a connectivity available, so I will not going to connect again. So you have a Salesforce here, right? You can simply say add Salesforce, or you can give a tenant key. So you go to Salesforce, or so you can get the tenant key from the Salesforce, or you just provide it and you can just say add, right? So it will going to add that. For me, I already have an Einstein. I have done somewhere, right? So yeah, so this is my enable, right? So here make sure like this Einstein AI, right, enabled in the Salesforce as well as in the enabled in the Anypoint platform, right? So if I disabled it, I save it, disable Einstein, right? So it got disabled. Okay, let's, I want to kept it disabled, right? Or okay, let me go to Salesforce again. I will disable here also, in this also, not this. Okay, it is disabled here also, which is good. So my Einstein is like enabled in Salesforce, but it is disabled in Anypoint platform, right? So now I will go to the IDP, right? So first thing you can use just create new basically. If you want to create any kind of document, first step we create a document action, right? So I will simply say create new. Here I mentioned like we already have a schema for invoice and the purchase order. You can see it here, right? It's already there. I can reuse this. So I can simply say invoice processing document action, or invoice Okay, I will just say invoice processing. That's fine. You can provide the description if you want. I will just say create. Okay, it's already there. So invoice extraction. Okay, so I just create this, so you can see we have all the fields, right? And you can see tables, right? Table, like if you see in invoice we have a something called line items, right? So for each line items there is a quantity, rates, or description, all this thing. I'm going to show one of the invoice. We will test it out. Just say select file, and I think I have few invoices. Yeah, this is one of the invoice. So this is the invoice. So where I have this table, quantity, description, unit price, and amount. We have a bill to information, ship to information, invoice total, like those kind of information. I will simply say run. So now it able to extract the information. It says signature available. I'm just saying here signature is available, so it return true. So what is the confidence in threshold? It's saying 74.81, but our threshold is 80. So in this case, this document will go under the manual validation, right? So if I define the threshold 80, right, for this particular field, right, so the threshold is less, the confidence score is less than your threshold, right? Now text, I click on text, which is 99.80, right? So here you can see it's a 80, threshold is 80%, which is 99.80 is greater than this. Even for one field, right, the threshold, the confidence score is less than threshold, it will go under the manual validation, right? So this is just an example here, right? And even if you click on this, right, so it will going to highlight the fields. See, it will going to highlight all these fields and everything, right? Apart from that, you can mark if this field is required or not, right? If you mark this as a required and this field is not coming, right, then it will go under the manual validation. So now we have a table. So let's see in the table what it extracted. So here you can see the information extracted from the table: price, unit price, a description, and some all kind of information. We have a quantity also, right? Quantity. And here you can see the confidence score also: 99.83, 99.97, 90.96, right? So let me close all this thing, right? So right, if you don't want to display all the fields, here you can see all these things, right? So again, purchase order number, like payment is even getting the payment terms, right? So here you can see the payment terms, payment is due within 15 days, is able to extract all this information, right? We will see one more example. I will not going to publish this, right? So I will see one more example with a driving license. So we will going to create a prompts and everything. So I will just say driving license. Okay, I will simply say driving license extraction document action. Just create this. Okay, I've done one mistake. I have to select it as a generic. That's fine. Let me recreate it. I will delete this. I'll just copy this name first. I will delete. Okay, I will just say create new. Now in this case, we don't have a schema for a driving license. I'll choose a generic, right? You can just say customize schema, just say create. Okay, here it's saying Einstein is not enabled, so I cannot customize the scheme, right? So right, so I cannot customize the schema. I will just say create. Okay, so now I can just start creating the prompts. Basically, I will just show the driving license first to you. So this is kind of driving license. I want to extract some kind of information, so I can add up to 30 prompts. I will just say driving license number. I will ask the question, what is the document number or driving license number? Just add it. I'll add few more fields. Class. What is the class of driving license? I will just say DOB. What is date of birth? Okay. Then I can just say what is the, since we say gender, what is the gender? Then I can just say height. What is the height? Okay. So this kind of prompts I will give it, and let me run this. Let's see what output we get. Okay, so it's giving some kind of errors. Basically it's saying Einstein is disabled, right? But I will change this. So here we have a NLP, right? With NLP it's saying not found. Here it's with NLP it's saying like driving license class is D, right? And let me say what is the date of birth, it's able to extract it properly, right? Let's see if I put the gender spelling wrong, right? So it able the like like Einstein, which is wrong, right? So let me change this prompt. Okay. So as I mentioned, there is some kind of like possible like NLP can extract some information basically not correctly. It's possible, but we will see how we can use the Einstein. So here I got the height is 5.5%. Now I will change this prompt, convert height into centimeter, whether it's do it or not, right? So let's see. Let me run this again. Okay, it is not able to do that, right? It doesn't able to do that. Right now I will show you one more thing, where I want to use this kind of prompt, basically where I want to use the single prompt and want to extract all this information, right? So here I'm just saying doc number replaced with a value found, first name, last name, issue date, date of birth, all this information I want to extract. I'll copy this prompt, right? I will go back to Einstein AI. I will delete everything, right? I don't need too many prompts. I just want a single prompt. I can just add, I can just say driving. It will not work generally. It can work with the Einstein. Yeah, with Einstein it's saying not found. Let's see what about the NLP. NLP is also saying not found, right? So it doesn't work with the like this kind of complex prompt doesn't work, right? So what I will do, I will go back to my Salesforce org, right? And I can just go to settings. I can enable, just save it, go back to MuleSoft IDP, refresh this page. Okay, so let me load my license again and let's run. Let's see what whether it works. Okay, so let me change the yeah. For with Einstein, it able to extract the information. You can see doc number has been extracted, first name, last name, issue date, date of birth. What I feel like, even you see like this particular address 707 South Auckland Avenue, whatever like this address. So here I mentioned like I want to extract the street separately, city separately, state. It able to identify that, right? This Einstein model able to identify like street will be this, city will be this, state will be this, zip will be this. So from here like you can choose the model. So we have a three model: Einstein OpenAI GPT 40806, OpenAI GPT 4o Mini 0718, and Gemini 20 Flash 0.01. We will go use this one. Now let's play with the prompt. So now what I want to do, first thing I want to convert all the dates. So I can just say convert all the dates into YYYY MMDD, convert height into centimeter, then convert weight into kg. Let's do that. Okay, just update this, just run this. So I have added some extra condition to my prompt. Let's see if able to do that. NLP is not able to do that, but I think this model, Einstein AI model, should do that. Okay, just select this Einstein. So here you can see the issue date, right? Here it's in like MMDD YYYY. I am able to convert into YYYY MMDD. Date of birth is also converted. Expiry date is also converted. Here you can see the height is 5.5 feet, right? It is converted to 165 centimeter, right? Apart from that, like I have put weight also, right? So weight is 68 kg. Here it's given in the LB, right? So it able to convert to all the conversion. I will add some extra things. Basically I want one more field, right? So here I can just say, so here with I want to calculate the B. I have a height and I have a weight, right? So depending on weight and height, we can calculate the BMI index. So I can simply say calculate the BMI index. Okay, I will update this. Let's, it should come across 25.1, I think. Let's see. So yeah, it's at 25 across, right? BMI index is 24.98, right? So those kind of things you can do with a prompt, basically, right? So yeah, any question before I move ahead with some more demonstration part? I will going to show the APIs and everything, how we can use the APIs, and like, any other question on this? Okay, so these are the things we can do. I will just save this. I have a one more documentation related to health. Let me create a document action for that. I will just say create a generic health report extraction document action, and just say create. I can just say select file, and I think I should have that medical, is this, yeah. So this is a report, like, from that I need to like extract all this information. Unable to complete the TPS report on Saturday and hyperventilation during the session. So what kind of precaution or measures has been taken? I want to put this into the array. Then I want to extract all this data, like patient name, date of birth, all this first diagnosed date, and last visit office. So I have already created the prompt for that. Let me show that prompt. Yeah. So the prompt say analyze this form for the medical leave and extract it value. Don't extract a document title. Present the data as a key value pair in the JSON formatted response. If you find the date, format into YYYYMMDDDD. If you find a list of handwritten symptoms, right, return them as a array. Label them reason for absence. Do not create any fact of information. Interrupt only the information in the document. An example output of JSON is like this, right? So copy this, and I will just say start from scratch. I can just say health details, just edit, and just say run. So good thing here, you can see I mention him, like whatever handwritten things are there, right? The handwritten, basically you can put it into the array. So we have something called unable to complete. It has been put into the array. Then all date has been converted into y/mmdd, right? And I asked them, like, don't extract the header information, only extract other things which is in the key value name, key value pair. So patient name, like date of birth, everything has been extracted in the form of key value pair, right. I will do some experiment. Okay, I will just add one more field, the summarization. Please summarize the health certification in 5 lines, right? Let's see. So document is a healthcare provider certification for medical due to a serious health condition. It's detailed the patient name, date of birth, and the case number. The document include dates, diagnosis office, like, and the complete, like, those kind of information has been extracted basically, right? It also note the patient ability to complete the work task and symptom experience during the session. So it provides a summarization also, like, so which is good, right? So you can just, like, how accurate you are giving the prompt for the extracting the information, which is very important, right? So make sure like you are giving the right prompts. Okay, any question on this? You are clear, right, between NLP and Einstein AI? So Einstein AI can work with a complex prompt. It can do manipulation, it can do recognition, it can do classification, it can do calculations, right? With normal NLP prompts, right? It can extract the information using the simple prompts, right? You cannot give some kind of prompt where it needed some kind of calculations or manipulations. It doesn't support the longer prompts also. With IDP, I have worked with IDP where I, like, written the prompt having, like, which is prompt of 40 lines and 50 lines, like that, like that longer prompts I have written. Yeah, it's a good. Just I'm sharing my experience, and like it is a good. It's a good capability for extracting the information from the document. Yeah. Okay, so I will not going to publish anything into the Anypoint Exchange. So if you want to publish, you just click it here, just say save and publish. I have already published few document. I don't want to make my Anypoint Exchange dirty, so I will just not publish it. So I will go to Exchange. We're going to use some existing documents. Okay, let me search for a driving license. Yeah, so this is my driving license processing. If you see carefully, right, it have a post method. So every time you, if you want to do the changes in the prompt, and every time you publish a prompt, right, it it increment version, right, it increment version by 0.1, like 1.6.0 will become 1.7.0. So we have a post method. So once you post the document to the IDP, right, the IDP will not give a response back to you immediately. Sometimes if you have a bigger document, right, it may take 4 to 5 minutes for processing the whole document, right? But basically, like, there's a two way. So once you send the document to the IDP, you will get a sync response back where you will just get an execution ID, right? You will not going to get extracted information, because at the backend it takes some kind of time basically. So you have another method called get, right? So after few 30 seconds or 1 minute, you can call this get method, and you can use that execution ID you got in during the post method, right? You can use that execution ID you got during the post method. You can send that execution ID in the get request, and you will get the response back in the JSON format basically, right? In the JSON format, depending on the prompt you have given, you will get that response back, right? So we will going to see that. Now there's the other way. I don't want to wait, right? So like whenever, as soon as processing complete, the IDP should notify me the process has been completed. Your document extraction is ready, and like you can just extract. You can just get the detail. So you have something called callback concept. So basically, whenever you are posting your document to the IDP, you can also provide a callback URL in that request. So whenever the extraction process is completed by LLM, right? So LLM will call this callback URL where it will notify the, the document extraction is completed for this particular execution ID. You can use that execution ID, then call the get method to retrieve the information. Here you don't have to wait. LLM will notify you. Like, but in both approach, you have to call the get method. Okay, so let's get started. So let me open my Postman if I have anything. Like I should have it ready. Okay, the first thing, like we have to generate the token. That's the first thing. For generating the token, you require a connected app, a client ID, client secret, and like these are the things you needed. So for creating the connected app, you can go to the any point platform, right? So you can go to any point platform access management, then you can go to the connected apps. You can just say create app. I can just say IDP demo app test. Okay, I will just use this app act on the behalf. I will just say add scope. I will just say first I will use the exchange contributor. You don't need that, but I will use, then I will just say executed publish action. These are the needed. Just say next. Select the environment. Basically, I can go with this environment. Just say next. Just say add scope. Just say save. Okay. So once you done that, it will going to generate. This is your copy. You can ID and copy the secret, right? So once you done that, right? So this URL will be fixed for every organization which is in US control plane. For you, just we have to append EU1 dot, right? But if your control plane in US, use this URL. I already have a client ID and client secret. I will going to use that and client credentials. Basically, you just send that request. You will receive back the bearer token. Okay, let's skip this. Go back to your anypoint platform. Just copy this URL. This one, post URL. Copy this post URL. Go to Postman, post request. Just paste this here. Okay, no need to have some space at the end. You paste this. The next step, go to header. Let me use this. Copy this token. Under authorization, you pass bearer as a bearer token. Right? Paste. Remove this. Paste this. Okay. So now under body, so you can just have to pass key as a file and select file. I will use a driving license. Right. So that's it. Like you just have to do this much of the configuration. Just say send, and make sure it's a form data here. I got a document ID back. I can copy the same URL, right? I can paste, right? Make sure it's a get and copy the execution ID. Okay, just say enter, not slash, control V. Then we can use the authorizations. I will going to use the same header which I have it. I can just use the authorization. So the token validity is 1 hour. So I can copy, it's a 3600 seconds, I think. Copy this, go to get request, just send it. So you get the prompt and you got this output, right? ID data and whatever output you needed, you get that under the answer. Okay, so that's how you can use like post and get method, correct? So let me do one more thing. Now let's see, we have a 1.6.0. If I want to work with, I want to do the changes in my existing prompt, right? What we can do, so I can go back to my IDP, right? Let me view all. I don't know which one is my, I just want to edit and publish it. No, this is not mine. I think this might be, not this one also. Mm, just give me a second. I'm just searching for my prompt one. Let me check what's the name in the exchange. Just going to exchange. It's a driving license processing. Okay. Driving license processing, this one. Yeah, this is one. Okay, so I can add one more field here. Summarization. Summarize the driving license details in 3-4 lines. Okay, then I can put license. Somebody asked me questions about XML. I've never tried it. I'm trying it for first time. XML extract driving license information in XML format as a key value pair. Okay, so let me do that, and I will just add this. Let me select the license. Let's see what it does. See, it able to do that, right? So it able to extract the driving license basically, right? It able to do that. Let me change bit prompt because I haven't see the, and I will just say use root tag as a driving license details. Okay, run this. So here see it able to summarize your driving license, which is good. Right now you can see it able to generate the XML also. I will publish this. Okay, it's 1.7.0. I go to the Postman. So previously we get just one prompt, right? So let me go back to post, and I can just say 1.7.0 send, because my authorization key is still, token is still valid. Its validity is 1 hour. Control C, go back to get. Here we should get an error because that particular action ID is belong to 1.7.0. Here you get summarize, we get a summary, right? Here we get the output in the, see I told you it will generate the JSON, but inside value it can generate the XML. Copy this output, go to the playground, data wave playground, right? So what I can do here, read payload dot, you have a status also. So here I forget to tell you one thing, right? Here status is succeeded. You can get 4 status: succeeded, in progress, manual validation required, and failed. In case if got failed, you cannot do anything, like you have to reprocess the document and you need to check why it failed. Second, succeeded, it means no error, all the required field has been extracted, all the confidence score is greater than or equal to threshold. In case of manual validation required, at least one or more field confidence score is less than your threshold, defined threshold, right? Then it goes under the manual validation. Okay, so now I can just say page dot prompts dot license detail dot answer dot value comma application slash json. So we get the proper output here, right? Correct. Now if I do xml, right, I will keep this as a xml. So here we can see the xml also, right? So we can do that. Okay, so there's a trick which we can use, but it will the output will be json. Under the value you can get it like whatever. If you want some detail in the xml format, you can do that. Okay, so that's how you can do it. Yeah. Is this somebody asked me that question at the start? Is this clear?
Yeah, thank you for that, Jitendra. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, so finished with demo part. Let me just explain few more things which is very important. We already talk about all these things, right? Yeah, we already talk about this, already talk about this. We talk, yeah. So generally, like now what happen, all this pdf whatever you are processing, right, that will get stored on the aws s3 and the rds. The supported region are united states and the europe, which is frankfurt, germany. Generally it stored any data which is nearer to your data region. It's a gdpr compliance. If any point control plane is in eu region, the data is stored in the frankfurt data center only, right? So temporary, like what happens, so whenever a file got succeeded, whenever you are processing the file, whenever you are sending the file to idp for extracting the information, if you see the status equals succeeded, that file will be removed within the 7 days from the s3 storage, right? Now if for some of the file like manual validation needed, right, so those file will be available on the aws s3 for 60 days. If you go and approve it, right, once you approve it, it will be succeeded. Then after that it will be 7 days. If you are not taking any action till 60 days, right, after 60 days it will got removed, deleted basically, right? So you cannot configure the retention period, it is not allowed, right? And it means like you cannot also provide your own s3 storage. It is MuleSoft managed s3 storage, like you cannot provide your own storage, right? But it doesn't mean your data will like expose to other, or other data will going to expose to you. No, it is completely secure, right? There is a definitely a layer between your data and other client data. It will not going to share with each other, it will not going to expose with each other, right? So it's completely secure. So accepted format pdf, png, jpeg, tiff, right? It's 150 dpi or more recommended. So currently, if you are uploading the file via UI, it allowed 10 files per upload. But with the API, you can send a single file. A maximum 50 pages is allowed. Via UI, you can just maximum file size is 8 MB per file, and upload via API is 10 MB per file. Prompt, you can give a 30 prompt per documentation, right? All prompt must be unique. The prompt must be always written in the English. Even you are if you want to extract the information from any other language document. So 20,000 character for Einstein prompt, right? So you can up to give if whatever prompt you are writing and you are using the Einstein AI, it support up to 20,000 character. See, as I mentioned, for NLP it just support 128 characters. There's a huge difference, 20,000 characters and the 128 characters. So I have worked with a prompt where the prompt is almost 30 or 40 lines or 50 lines prompt basically. So you can imagine like it how many character it will have, right? So approximately 3000 output words for Einstein prompt, approximately 4000 output words for the Einstein prompt using this, right? And GPT, like these are the model, right? So with different model you can like, so in output also you have to make sure like the number of character doesn't get a number of word doesn't go above 4000. There are languages full English, Spanish, German, French, Italian, and Portuguese is supported. Okay, so polling limit generally it is saying like you whenever you send a document, you just try to poll after 10 seconds, right? Sometimes it take more than 10 seconds, but the best approach, give a callback URL. Whenever the document is ready, IDP will automatically notify you like saying the document extraction is done, and you use that document action to retrieve, use the get method and document action to retrieve the information. Yeah, thank you. That is what, like, I want to discuss. If you have any questions, just let me know. And like, I will show you one more thing. Like, there's a similar kind of capability comes into the Salesforce also. Okay, if we have some time, so I'm just showing you. So you make sure, like, for that you need a data cloud. I have to change. Okay. No, thanks. So what I will do, I will get into a data cloud. Okay. So in the data cloud, we have something called like unstructured data. It's a similar to IDP only. So I have already created some kind of things. Basically, like, here you can do something new. So if you want to create a new document action or like document AI, you can use without source object, right? So if you want to generate the schema automatically, I will just say, I will just upload the document, the driving license. Uploading. Here I can just say you generate the schema of our own. Use auto extraction. You can do it manually, which we have done in our IDP. Similar, you can use the auto extraction. Just say next. Okay, it able to do that. Like, it able to generate the driving license numbers and everything. Basically, now you can run that, like, and the tables like name, like some kind of, if there's anything, first name, last name, like, those kind of. Then you can simply test it. So it is also able to extract all the information, driving license number, phone numbers, and everything within the table. Like, if you say the preview, right, it able to first name, last name, right, like again do the preview here, some kind of physical description in the form of table, like white, brown, weights, and everything, right? So it able to do that. So here you can do, like, you can also use this document AI, like it's one of the, again, like, new capability, right? So let, for example, I have a purchase order already I've created, right? So you can use this to test. So like that, you can use this document. It's a similar to IDP, but it's a part of data cloud, right? I think it's kind of document processing only, intelligent document. And it also use kind of same models like Einstein 0806 and that Gemini 20 Flash 20, right? That's the same model. Yeah. Yes, I want to introduce to this capability. So thank you so much. I hope you like the session. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Jitendra, we have one question. Kiran is asking
Yeah.
in Q&A tab.
What, I cannot see the question.
Yeah, he asking, can we connect IDP to database? For example, if you have requirement of
No,
order
you not.
processing.
You need an integration platform. Even if you want to connect to the Salesforce or anything, right? You need an integration. You need some kind of integration. With IDP, you can just call the IDP API. You extract the information. If you want to put it to Salesforce or database, you need some kind of integration platform or RPA platform.
Okay. I hope, Kiran, you got the answer. Anyone have any questions? Please let me know.
Yes, indeed. Is there any chance that you can say something regarding the cost of this usage of Einstein versus language processing, well, natural language processing. Is there
See,
any additional payment that you're required?
definitely for Einstein credit, if you are going with Einstein credit, you have to buy the Einstein credit. That is the additional cost.
Very good. That's clear.
Yeah. Because I will not tell what is the cost. Okay, like that you can contact Salesforce, but definitely there is 100% like additional credits you need to buy if you want to use the Einstein, right? So you have to buy the additional credits.
But is it flat cost or it depends on your
It depends
number
on the
of your
it depends
requests?
on the request and response, right? How many words in the request and how many words coming back in the response, right? So it's completely depend on, there's some kind of
Yeah.
calculation which is available on site, like on online basically. So depending on number of character, it have some formula, it does some kind of calculation how many credit this particular request will consume basically. So you can do that, like
Yes.
yeah, there's a straightforward calculation available. Yeah.
Very good. So no, it's just no. That's crystal clear. Just a question: how to figure out well how